25 for Chiba Jets, just 7 of 22 for Seahorses Mikawa. And the rebounding was perhaps more indicative than anything of how dominating Chiba Jets were. 48 rebounds to 27 for Seahorses Mikawa. That just simply cannot be if you want to win a basketball game in the playoffs. So again, a lot of improvement needed from Seahorses if they're going to beat this very talented Chiba Jets team. You see the roster. Josh Duncan wears number 1. Tagashi, number 2. Coach Flippin got in the game late yesterday, number 4. Taguchi also played yesterday, number 5. The shooting guard, number 6. Raita Akaho got some minutes, but not that many. Well, who are the obvious candidates to really step up today? Well, Kawamura came in late yesterday, number 1. And Kyle Collingsworth obviously was, I thought, excellent yesterday. That man right there, Avi Schaefer, wears number 32. He's very tough. Devontae Gardner, number 54. Obviously, much is expected of him. So Kanemaru as well. You talk about the offense that he provides and can provide, and he had the shackles on him yesterday. They were not allowing him any space at all. Anything that he got, he had to really work for it. So a terrific game plan yesterday by Atsushi Ono. Now here's the head-to-head yesterday of 2 players that we figured would be prominent, Tagashi and Kanemaru. And that is the performance. And, of course, that bottom number there is quite stark in contrast with Tagashi coming out and getting the 9 assists to go with his 9 points. I mean, he wasn't that far off from a double-double in the end. Kanemaru was okay offensively, just couldn't get it going from three-point range, and that's what they need. They need him to really be a weapon all over the court. They both played a lot of minutes yesterday. Kanemaru looked really tired by the time he came out of the game in the first half. He did re-enter, obviously, in the second, but just could not be as impactful as his team needed. So Kawamura, obviously a player that now 35 years old, but has played in a lot of big games in his career and won a lot of big games. Koyo Takahashi, another player, played big minutes. There you see Takuma Sato, behind the man Nishimura and Akaho. Just a lot of weapons for Chiba Jets. And maybe this is a Chiba Jets team that is going to do something very special this year. So let's have a look at the Chiba Jets players with these incredible graphics that appear on the court. そしてスターテッツのパフォーマンスとともにウィニングフライトへと飛び立ちましょう。ジェッツブースターの皆さん、準備はいいですか？ Are you ready? Let me ask you one more time. Are you ready? All right, let's count down. 10, 9, 8. So the countdown is on. For Game 2 between Chiba Jets and Seahorses Mikawa. And much of the show obviously just heightens the expectation for all of these fans. So could this be the year that Chiba Jets go all the way in the B-League? Well, you know, they have been thereabouts. They've been a finalist a couple of times, but they want to knock that door down. They want to get that title. And on yesterday's evidence, again, they have got a great shot, I think, well-rounded team. They've got size, they've got athleticism, they've got great guard play. They've got great guard play not only in the starting lineup, but guards coming off the bench. Seahorses Mikawa, meanwhile, you know, you're starting 0-1. You've got to win 2 games against this very, very tough team. And really what happened yesterday was Chiba Jets were just so strong out of the gate. Seahorses Mikawa have to get it going early today. They have to play with a sense of urgency, which really we didn't see yesterday. We did see it late in the first half, and there were moments when it looked like they might get to grips with the game. But it was too little too late, and really once the second half started, there was no coming back. And you just saw that blowout in the end, outscored 33-17 in that final quarter. And again, it does look like Toyama are going to force a Game 3 against Ryukyu. Ryukyu won 92-75 yesterday, but Toyama have come back and opened up a 23-point lead in Game 2. So it's all on. You see Seba's size there with the incredible graphics display. Chiba Jets pulling out all stops here in the pregame. I think we're going to hear the words "and now" come up. There you go. The starting lineup for your Chiba Jets. Sounds very familiar to what we used to hear for his airness back in his days in Chicago. But here we are with the Chiba Jets. Josh Duncan, once again. Terrific yesterday. So this is the starting 5. Tagashi once again in that starting lineup, as is Takuma Sato. Great defensively yesterday. Sebastian Saiz, again, the Spain international, and also Shuta Hara. Atsushi Ono takes a bow to the crowd. He's ready to go. You can see he's focused. He's like, let's get this stuff on the road. Let's get this show on the road. And then a much lower key introduction for Seahorses Mikawa. So Kyle Collingsworth comes out, as does Masashi Nagano. Kosuke Kanemaru, number 14. Avi Schaefer. And Devontae Gardner, also number 54. And of course, their famous coach, Kinikazu Suzuki. And again, it's imperative, you have to think, judging on yesterday's outcome, that they get a great start today. Here are the referees for this game. They're also loose and ready to rock and roll. So again, Saiz, Sato, number 14, Tagashi, number 2, Duncan, number 1, and Hara, number 31, Collingsworth, number 5, Kanemaru, number 14, Nagano, number 7, Gardner, number 54, and number 32 is Avi Schaefer. Those are the starting 5s for both of these teams. Played 24 hours ago. In fact, they walked off the court about 21 and a half hours ago. So quick turnaround.
Take off.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Funabashi Arena. It's the quarterfinal game 2 between Chiba Jets in the red and Seahorses Mikawa in the white with the black trim. And Kanemaru comes out and misses with his first shot. Now Josh Duncan, the big fella who had the 28 points, hands it off to Shutahara. Now Tagashi. And will it be just like yesterday? No, he puts up an air ball this time. And you always wonder, because they have the quick turnaround from yesterday, and we've seen it today as well with Ryuku losing in game 2 to Toyama, you know, how are the legs going to feel for the players for both of these teams? And that is a very good sign right there for Mikawa with the drive by Nagano. I thought he had a really tough start yesterday. So for him to come out immediately and score, that's a great sign for Seahorses Mikawa. Now Size, though, drives in and nobody meets him. Size says, thanks for the pass. And another player again, offensively, just couldn't put the ball in the basket inside yesterday's Size until the fourth quarter. Kanemaru, that's short. And the rebound by Duncan. You know, he doesn't want to force it, Kanemaru, but at the same time, he does have to play with that sense of urgency that we talked about. Tagashi. Over to Shutahara. Tagashi. Good. Oh, this time he puts it up inside the arc. Well, yesterday, Chiba Jets poured in 28 first quarter points. So, you know, Mikawa are thinking about being a little bit better defensively today, but it's one thing to be thinking about it, and it's another thing to play. Oh, again, Masashi Nagano finds his way in and makes a layup. This is his own little layup drill here in this game. It's been that easy for him. That was a good read. Size a long way from the basket. 6 on the shot clock. Size goes to work. Passes over to Duncan, who stepped out of bounds. Who, despite hitting the three-pointer, that's not going to count. You know, it usually happens once or twice a game, and it's already happened to Chiba Jets in this one. And is it a good sign that he's hit his first shot? It is, but it also has to be frustrating for him that it's not going to count. So there's an opportunity for Mikawa to go back in front. Schaefer hands it off to Nagano, who's got all 4 points. Now Gardner backing Sato up, and he misses from the charity strike. Duncan gets into the paint, loses the ball, then goes back up, and the Cincinnati kid, well, he's from Cincinnati, Ohio. He didn't play at Cincinnati, he played at Xavier. Here's Collingsworth, and flying in is Size for the rebound. Now Duncan, open floor, over to Sato, passes up the shot, drives in, great decision by Sato. Nagano passes to Kanemaru. Now to Gardner. Well, he started well yesterday against Duncan. He's missed his first shot today. He turns this time to his right. Only red shirts there, Size for the rebound. Duncan. Over to Size. Could it be? Yes, it is! He reins it in. The Spaniard from a long way out. We talked about Size yesterday, how he basically earns a living with his ability to crash the boards, but he really has apparently developed his jump shot since coming to Japan. Gardner, meanwhile, short. He is now 0 for 3. Tagashi put Nagano into a spin cycle. Look at this. And Nagano reaches in and gives away a cheap foul. But you have to wonder about Gardner. Not only is he 0 for 3, but the shot selection, maybe not the best. Nagano comes out, putting the pressure on Tagashi, and then allows him to get free. Look at size, get in there and keep it alive. Is that terrific or what? Now Duncan, open. And good box out Schaefer. And Sato comes in. Looks like he might have caught a shot to the mouth. Look at Duncan trying to emulate. Yeah, he got a head to the face. Duncan trying to emulate size, and fortunately for Mikawa, he missed it. Collingsworth, and boy, that was a tough finish. He's got one free throw coming as well. The whistle blew, and the man that was just so good yesterday in all respects uses his body well. He's always looking to make the pass, but this time decided to go right at Shurahara, who picks up the foul. He's a tough player to guard because of his size and his ability to handle the ball. And he cuts the deficit to 2 points. Duncan over to Sato, goes baseline, gets it back to Duncan. And, oh, big Josh Duncan now with a chance for a three-point play. The body language not good right now for Devontae Gardner. You wonder if Kimikazu Suzuki might want to think about getting him out of the game and press the reset button. Hanging his head after that basket. I know he's frustrated defensively, but he's got to play with that fire that his team needs if they're going to have a chance today. Meanwhile, it only gets more complicated for Mikawa because Shannon Shorter checks into the game, and Gavin Edwards as well in size. Whenever he comes out, it is a well-deserved rest because he worked so hard on the glass. And Duncan indeed makes the free throw. So Gavin Edwards checks in for him. So the ability to change his bigs so early in the game keeps them fresh. And really, they're not losing too much firepower when they bring those two guys in. So a different look now for the Chiba Jets. Nagano has it up high. Here he is, Kanamura, good, nope. It was on line, but a little bit long. Schaefer goes up for the rebound and helps up Sato. Here's Kanemaru, just desperate to get it going, and just a little long with that attempt. Good sportsmanship there by Schaefer to help up Sato. Tsushiono complaining about what he felt like was a shove or even an elbow. Kanemaru steps back. Oh, good follow from Schaefer. They need a little bit of that. We see it so often with Chiba Jets. So good work by Schaefer to crash the offensive glass. Ooh, almost a travel by Tagashi. Looked like he shuffled his feet. Edwards. Sato. It goes down. Now Size rolls. So Size back in the game and misses. And now Collingsworth with a little mazy run. Size didn't go out long. A beautiful bounce pass Gardner, but Kanemaru. Oh boy, he's having a nightmare here. Shannon Shorter, meanwhile, and defensively nowhere to be found. token defense really by Gardner on that drive. Just gave it away. Nagano drives in, back outside to Kanemaru. Quick pass down low. Beautiful play by Gardner. And Schaefer missed an easy one. Tagashi, guarded by Nagano, might have pushed off there, got away with it. And Tagashi drives in, and the reach and the foul puts the Japan national team point guard on the free throw line. Oh yes, the foul on Nagano, that is number 2. No, the foul was on Gardner. Well, he certainly looked like the foul came from Nagano before. If I'm being honest, the way this game is going right now, you'd probably rather Gardner pick up that second foul and sit down for a little while and hit the reset button. He's been passing the ball well. You can see he's frustrated. And again, his teammates, that rubs off. You got to really come out and play with that fire and determination. Shane Whittington, we haven't seen him. He didn't play yesterday. He's on the roster for the game. And, of course, you can only have 2 foreigners on the court at one time. You can have 3 in the starting lineup. You can have 3 in the on the roster for the game, but only 2 on the court. And Coach Suzuki did not put him in, but maybe our cameraman is thinking the same thing that I am, just to maybe give a little bit of a different look here to Chiba Jets. Also, Takuya Kawamura sitting there waiting for his chance. Right now, it's already a 5-point lead, and Tagashi has a chance to take it up to 7 here at the free throw line. And you can see that Gardner still shaking his head, frustrated about the foul, but you got to put that behind you. And Tagashi makes both. So Toyama in the end beat Ryukyu 97-74, so that quarterfinal is going to a deciding 3rd game. The winner of this quarterfinal goes up against the team that wins that one. There's Gardner, and finally, 2 points for him, and the pass batted away, and we saw this at times yesterday. The defense just picks up a little bit from Mikawa, kind of catches the Chiba Jets a little bit sleeping. Oh, again, the drive, and Nagano this time misses. Good idea. Oh, good reach by Collingsworth, knocking it away. He's got such great hands on that end of the floor. Wonderful player. Look at the pass to Schaefer. Oh, terrific play. Collingsworth is involved in so many good things that his team does. Just, you can tell he was a gym rat. Probably spent all of his free time playing basketball either on the outdoor courts or inside, because he has got some game to him. There he is, trying to force another turnover. It's a 3-point game. Tagashi launches it. And good job, Shorter, batting it back outside to Shutahara. Edwards passed it up. Good reach that time by Gardner, but he's got to be careful. He's got 2 fouls. There's Shutahara for 3. Oh, that's a backbreaker. A backbreaker from Mikawa. They went deep into the shot clock, had to settle for a long 3. And Shutahara buried it. Oh, wonderful pass by Gardner. And finally, Kanemaru gets on the board, his first 2 points. Boy, Gardner has been super with his passing today, but defensively, too many easy ones given away for Mikawa. inside the final minute of the first quarter. Collingsworth back outside. Schaefer. He drilled one yesterday. Not that time. Shorter. And Shorter almost turned it over. Able to get it back. Now he dumps it down low to Size. And again, look at that. Collingsworth makes a play on defense. Little give and go action. Oh, what a play. Look at the passing. Oh, boy. Wonderful stuff from Seahorses Mikawa. A little bit of giddy up there. And once again, Collingsworth right in the thick of it. And now he goes up and gets the block, but a foul has been called, and he can't believe it. It looked good to me as well. Let's have another look. Shorter, hands it off. Oh, yeah, he got it. He got him on the right. He got him on the hand. Come on, Kyle. Certainly the reaction suggested he believed he didn't, but I think the video evidence suggested otherwise. Might have to slow it down and get a really good look at it. Nishimura, boy, tough point guard play yesterday coming off the bench, as was Komagai for Mikawa. Size, very good free throw shooter. Goes to the line, doesn't take any dribbles. Well, commentators' curse got him there, folks. He misses his first. And Collingsworth gets it, launches it. Did he get it off in time? Doesn't matter, doesn't go in anyway. So, very subpar trip to the line for Sebastian Size. And Chiba Jets, well, they've been on top, but it's pretty close, 21-17. Chiba Jets over Mikawa at the end of one. So if Mikawa can come out and win this game, we'll have a third game tomorrow between these two teams. But we know there's going to be a game 3 between Ryukyu and Toyama. Yudai Okada had 19 points today for Toyama Grouses in their win. And Naoki Uto, 12 points. 23 as well for Mavunga. And 22 for Josh Smith. So a very good performance from Toyama. We know they have it within them, the Grouses. And Ryukyu will not be taking anything for granted. But look at this. This has to be the play of the game. Wonderful break. I think 4 players touched the basketball that trip down the floor.
Second quarter.
Second quarter underway. Nishimura dribbling to the right. Now back to Duncan. Shannon Shorter wide open. That's good. So Shannon Shorter getting in the flow. Gardner. Guarded by Edwards. Shot clock winding down. Gardner goes in. Oh, that was a tough finish. Much better from Devontae Gardner here the last few minutes. Nakamura misses. Gardner with the rebound. Well, I'd be tempted to see a little bit of penetration from Gardner again. Kawamura now in the game in the left corner. Runs from the baseline. Here it is again. Gardner turns, puts it up, and looks at the referee wanting the foul. Ishimura passes, and boy, bodies all over the place. It was Taguchi who missed the three-pointer, but then the whistle blows on the battle for the rebound.
Two shots.
Gardner still frustrated. He didn't get a foul called at the other end. Now Edwards. And takes the lead back to 6 points. Schaefer getting some clarification there on the foul. Well, Edwards bricked the second free throw. So some wayward free throw shooting right now. Chiba Jets, 4 of 7. And Gardner picks up the basketball. Here he goes. Oh boy, how about that? That can't be possible. The big fella putting it on the ground, dribbling into the paint. Took it right at the guard. Duncan back in the game, left open, and that's a couple of threes now. In the past minute, we saw it from Shorter, and now we've seen it from Josh Duncan. Mikawa, it's almost like they're having to pick their poison. Are they going to seal things down low, or are they going to go out and guard? But there's Collingsworth, drives in, bites it in. Shorter. Nishimura. Back outside to Shorter. Wide open, Taguchi, and this time he misses, but Shannon Shorter picks up the loose ball. I think it was Duncan that kept it alive and hit it over to him. Good defense again by Collingsworth, knocking it away, but Edwards picks up the basketball, and again, Chiba Jets. Second offensive rebound. Taguchi will the third time be the charm. Yes, it is. Shigehiro Taguchi. And boy, that one hurts if you're Mikawa. We talked about the rebounding at the start of this game. And Kawamura fouled as he comes out. We talked about the rebounding and how it's imperative for Seahorses to improve in that department if they're going to have a chance today. So not a good trip down the floor defensively for them, but they do seem to have a little bit more rhythm on offense. Collingsworth inbounds the basketball to Gardner. Now Gardner goes to the right, and he isolates on Gavin Edwards. His pass, boy, that was a tough pass and a wonderful catch by Collingsworth. I love seeing the players, the opponents, go out and help up the man once he goes down hard. Look at this. Oh, boy, that looked like an unsportsmanlike to me. No wonder he went over to help him up. And full marks to Collingsworth. A lot of players might react to a play like that, but as it is, he will go to the line and take a couple of free throws. Chiba Jets fans, many of them sitting back, looking on, supremely confident that their team is going to get the sweep today, but Seahorses Mikawa fans being given reason to hope. Oh. Home a guy thinking he had forced a turnover. Nishimura brings it up the floor, dribbles between his legs, behind his back. Takes the handoff. Oh, look at the pass. Taguchi. And this is from the arc. And another chance for Seahorses. Gardner. Going right at Gavin Edwards, puts it up. And he gets a trip to the line. Boy, what more can Edwards do there? Gardner's just one big tough man and might have thrown his left arm, almost used his elbow there to clear out a little bit, might have gotten away with it. The referee's allowing him to play, and Gardner, who quite frankly had a terrible start to the game, has been utterly terrific in the last 5 minutes. It's almost as if he needed to get angry to really raise his game, because he is playing some serious basketball right now. Makes both free throws. Devontae Gardner got 9 points, a couple of rebounds, 2 assists, but don't forget he also has the 2 fouls. So Suzuki might want to think about getting him out after a couple more minutes. The problem for Mikawa is they simply can't rebound the basketball. Nishimura over to Taguchi. An offensive foul called on Gavin Edwards, throwing the elbow. Watch Edwards here. I know he didn't throw the elbow, he just kind of turned as he turned his body, he threw his right hip into the defender, and that's what got him out of the game. But the problem with getting Edwards out of the game is that it brings Seba's size back in. So an already potent offensive rebounding team gets even stronger with size back in the contest. Collingsworth sees the mismatch, goes right at Shurahara. Hara held his ground, and Duncan ends up beating Collingsworth to the basketball. Now Duncan hustles down the floor. Collingsworth back on defense, and Mikawa try to get another stop. Less than 5 minutes to go in a thrilling first half. Duncan open. That's good. Josh Duncan. Well, he's letting the game come to him today, and he's got 8 points, as well as 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Look at this. He's open, so he says, why not? Ended up making it with Schaefer flying right at him with his hands up. So Seahorses Mikawa call timeout. They want to perhaps come up with a different plan. Now, the problem is Kanemaru just hasn't been at his best. But this man right here, Devontae Gardner, has been oh so tough, especially going to the basket. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. They can't stop him. Their only hope is that he misses the shot. He's got 8 points. He is 3 of 7 because he missed his first 3 shots, 2 of them jump shots. But once he's decided to start going to the basket, he's been pretty much unstoppable. Schaefer, 23 years of age and so full of potential, playing with the veteran Gardner, who at 29 He really has played some big-time basketball in his life, hasn't he? Devontae Gardner. Coach Suzuki looking on. Gardner played his basketball at Marquette, his college basketball. Graduated after the 2013-2014 season. Three-point shot, and Kawamura well short. Nishimura pulls up, left open. Looks like Sias might have gotten away with a push there. Shudahara. And looks like that time perhaps Mikawa got away with a push. Devontae Gardner. Oh boy, Collinsworth did push off, and this time the referee saw him. Caught red-handed. So that is his second foul. And with that second foul, the Seahorses lose, a very important player. He has to go over and sit down. He doesn't want to pick up a quick third. Maybe he'll come back in before the end of the half. Shudahara over to Togashi, whips it back to Shudahara. Now he drives, and Shudahara struggles. The size there for the offensive rebound and putback. Well, we said it at the very beginning of the game, when we talked about keeping this Chiba Jets team off the glass is something that Seahorses Mikawa have to do, and they just, on numerous occasions, especially the offensive glass, they keep getting second and third opportunities. Chiba Jets. Beautiful drive that time by number 8, Koyo Takahashi. Perhaps it's time for him to step up, getting into the game. Duncan, he likes that spot on the floor. Does he? The three is good. And the lead goes to 9 points. And Duncan now has 11. He had 28 yesterday and really is playing some great basketball, just not forcing anything. So Gardner left him open. He was helping off defensively, and it cost him. $11 points for Josh Duncan. And Duncan, 4 of 6 from the floor. 2 of 3 from three-point range. But it's not just his shooting. He's got 6 rebounds. He even has 3 assists. Eight of Chiba Jets' 21 rebounds have come on the offensive glass. Compare that to 11 rebounds in total for Seahorses Mikawa. And Seahorses have a couple of offensive rebounds. So it really has been a case of just being able to get the basketball for Seahorses Mikawa. Sato, Shannon Shorter, and Gavin Edwards looking on. Collinsworth back in the game, sat down for a minute. His coach trusts him not to pick up a third. Takahashi. Now Gardner. Gardner goes up, and great rebound by Schaefer. Well, talk about offensive rebounds. They get another chance. You got to get better shots though than what they just settled for. Oh, good drive by Komagai. Well, the guards have gotten penetration today for Seahorses Mikawa. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They ought to be trying to get that penetration as much as possible. Not going to have been tough. Oh, Togashi just allows him to fly past him. And great rebound again by Schaefer. Schaefer becoming a factor on the boards all of a sudden. Takahashi goes left, spins, puts it up, and Gardner with the rebound. Oh boy, he held off Duncan with his left arm and then went back up with the basketball after he rebounded it with his right arm and scored. What a play that was by Devontae Gardner. Look at this again. So Takahashi gets inside with the spin, puts it up. He misses. Watch him. He rebounds it with one hand. I'm not sure why he's complaining there's a foul. Let's see. I don't think so. You're going to have body on body down low. So 10 points for Devontae Gardner. And for Collingsworth, you've got 7 points. And Avi Schaefer now with 6 points. Remember, the winner of this quarterfinal will face the winner of Ryukyu and Toyama, which is going to a deciding Game 3 tomorrow. Now the question is, can the Seahorses Mikawa team force a Game 3? Chiba Jets were decisive winners yesterday. But today, well, they led by 7 at halftime yesterday. It was in the second half when Mikawa just were run out of the arena, the Funabashi arena. They seem to have a little bit more fire today, a little bit more sense of urgency, sense of desperation. Oh, look at that. Great play by Takahashi. Now he gets it to Collingsworth, who does a good job going back to Schaefer, but then Schaefer left his feet. Nobody else. No more trailers. And eventually you have to just pull it out and run your offense. Oh, wonderful play. Blocked by Collingsworth. That guy does so many things to help his team win. Look at this again. If he's not stealing the basketball, getting a big rebound, he's blocking a shot. Laita Akaho's checked into the game. Number 6 is in the left corner. Tagashi back to Size, and Size just pulls up and drills it right in front of Himikazu Suzuki, the Mikawa coach, and takes the lead back up to 7 points. Gardner. Schaefer. And Takahashi misses from the arc. Tagashi guarded outside. 10 on the shot clock. About a 10-second differential on the game clock and shot clock. And there he goes. Tagashi hits the jump shot to take the lead back to 9 points. Final 8 seconds ticking off the clock here. Tomagai, oh boy, turns it over. A little bit of not on the same page there. Schaefer, they're going to get a chance. Tagashi, oh! This is an unbelievable sequence. Tagashi not only hits the 3, but if they called a foul. Can you believe it? What a play. Shot clock winding down. Tomagai gets a hand. makes contact. Tagashi hits the three-pointer, and now he will go to the line for a potential 4-point play. Remarkable stuff from Yuki Tagashi. And boy, what a terrible, terrible play from Komagai. What? They want to, I guess they're checking to make sure that he got the shot off in time, but Mikawa had a chance to close, or maybe they just want to make sure that how much time is left. Nope, so they do count it, and they get the one free throw. So I guess they wanted to make sure that he released it in time. Mikawa were looking like they might be trailing by 5 points at halftime, and instead, they know they'll be trailing by at least 12. There's 0.8 seconds remaining. 0.8 seconds. So it's imperative that they box out here and not allow an offensive rebound and putback. But they don't have the chance. Tagashi makes the free throw. And the lead is 13 points. And I believe that's the biggest lead of the game. And that will not count. Didn't get it off in time. Doesn't go anyway. Tagashi with the play of the game right at the end of the first half. A 4-point play fouled by Komagai while hitting a three-pointer a couple of steps inside, across half court rather. It's Chiba Jets on top, 46-33 over Seahorses Mikawa. So there's the score, 46-33. You can see Chiba Jets end up outscoring Mikawa 25-16 in that second quarter. Finished off by a 4-point play by Yuki Tagashi. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back before the start of the second half.
着。選手の試合の裏側がわかるドキュメンタリー。あの選手のプライベートまでわかっちゃうバラエティ企画も満載。今すぐ YouTube で検索。チャンネル登録もよろしくね。
Well, you could understand it if this Seahorses Mikawa team were a little shell-shocked after the finish to the first half. Mikawa just really scrapping away, making things very interesting, but all of a sudden, Yuki Tagashi, right in the final second, hit a three-pointer from just inside half court and was fouled on the play. We'll get a look at that, but here, of course, Nagano, I thought, had a really bright start. The way he was able to get to the basket, size as well. A better start today for him, offensively anyway. We're just so used to seeing Tagashi make big shots, acrobatic shots, crazy shots. Again, Nagano was tough getting to the basket, and we saw that several times actually from the guards. Duncan, that type of play could put a player off, missing his first three or having it wiped away because he stepped out of bounds. But it didn't disrupt Duncan. We saw Size step outside from behind the arc, and Duncan really just hasn't been pressing at all. He's been playing very well, letting the game come to him. A very difficult start for Devontae Gardner, but then he got it going, and that's when his team really had a chance. Mikawa to come back. Edwards, Collingsworth, four players touched the basketball on this one, with Schaefer finishing it. Collingsworth 7 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a block. Here was Shannon Shorter coming off the bench and hitting a three-pointer. And again, Gardner, once he got to grips with the game, he was pretty unstoppable. But Duncan, Chiba Jets finding ways to get players wide open for three-point shots. We did see Koyo Takahashi join the party in terms of driving to the lane and hitting the jumper. But again, just too much space allowed for Josh Duncan. Now watch what happens right at the end of the first half. The foul, incredibly, he makes the shot. And then he goes to the free throw line and completes the 4-point play. And that might, you might describe that as a second quarter dagger. That's how big that was, because it took Chiba Jets' lead to 46-33. It was also their 7th three-pointer. And look at how many threes Seahorses Mikawa have made. They are 0 for 7. They just simply cannot get it going from deep in this quarterfinal series. They're perfect at the free throw line. They're 14 of 26 inside the arc, which is actually better. And in fact, 4 more makes than Chiba Jets, although Chiba Jets are 10 of 16. And the overall, the biggest problem, I think, is illustrated by that 5th line there where it says 23 for Chiba Jets. The rebounds, 9 of those coming on the offensive glass, and just 14 rebounds overall for Seahorses Mikawa. If they don't rebound the basketball, they're not going to have a chance to win this game. They have got to
Third quarter.
Well, welcome back, folks, to the Funabashi Arena. Third quarter underway here between Chiba Jets and Seahorses Mikawa. They swing the ball. Looked like that Collingsworth had a good look at a three. Passed it up. Nagano, he's hoping that he misses. Collingsworth got in there, kept it alive, and Duncan ends up with the basketball. I think that was 2 passes too many there, and Tagashi comes down, doesn't pass at all, just drills a three-pointer. And the man that finished the first half with a 4-point play starts the second with a three-pointer to stretch the lead to 16 points. Collingsworth gets it over, and and now his fouled. Kosuke Kanemaru, the forgotten man, fouled while hitting a three-pointer. Boy, what a game-changing, momentum-changing type of play this is. And really, folks, out of all the players for Seahorses Mikawa, at least offensively, this is the man that simply must get going. And maybe, just maybe, this shot will be the spark that he needs and his team needs. So that 4-point play cuts the deficit to 49-37. We know he can do it. He's a great talent. And just the attention that he had while releasing that three-point shot and being fouled shows you how difficult it's been for him to get shots off. Duncan drives, and now he's fouled.
54番が個人3つ目、チーム1つ目。フリースロー千葉1番ダンカン。
So the foul called on Devontae Gardner, that's number 3.
2 shots.
So Duncan makes the first of 2 free throws. And Duncan makes the second as well. Collingsworth has the basketball. Nagano. And now the drive ball. Oh boy, Nagano has got to make that layup, so he goes to the line for a 3-point play. But he'll have to settle for a couple of free throws. Look at this. See if he has a chance to make this layup after the foul. Yeah, he's got to make that. He's got to make it, and he didn't even come close. But at least he makes the first free throw. Oftentimes you see a player who spurns an opportunity to get the 3-point play because he misses the shot, then he misses the free throw. But Nagano made the first. We'll see if he can drill the second. He does indeed. Nagano guarding Tagashi closely. Got his hands on him. He doesn't want to get called for a cheap foul. Shudahara. So 2-3 zone right now. Sato. Oh, has the ball knocked away. He goes down. Shot clock about to expire. He does. They get the shot off, and Schaefer rebounds the Tagashi miss. Oh boy, they've quickly into transition. Back to Gardner. Oh, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play, and Sato took some punishment on that one, and that was a big-time finish from Devontae Gardner, and it looked like Collingsworth may have been injured on the play as well. Look at this. Look at Gardner. He takes the contact, keeps the ball up, and then he checks on Sato to make sure he's okay. Sato took a little bit of punishment to the face, trying to guard Devontae Gardner. Well, the signs are there for Seahorses Mikawa, but we get back to the rebounding, and are they going to be able to not just get stops, but get rebounds. So the deficit goes back to 9 points. 3-point shot by Tagashi. That was quick, and it was off the back of the iron. It allows Seahorses to get out and run. Kanemaru drives in, and excellent play by Seahorses Mikawa. So Atsushi Ono decides to try to nip this run in the bud, and look at Collingsworth, just excellent on the break. Great decision by Schaefer, and also a good decision to put the ball on the deck and drive to the basket by Kosuke Kanemaru, who is coming to life, folks. We saw him have the 4-point play. Now he goes in and drives, and he goes up to 8 points in the game. So 13 for Gardner, 8 for Kanemaru, 7 for Collingsworth, 6 for Nagano, and Schaefer also has 6 points. Well, let's see what Coach Atsushi Ono has drawn up here coming out of the timeout with Seahorses Mikawa closing the gap to 7 points. A very impressive run. They fell behind by as many as 16 in this third quarter. Well, they get a shot from Sato, and he misses from the corner. And Collingsworth rebounds the miss. Again, it needs to be one shot and out. And so far, so good for the Seahorses. Now the foul out on the perimeter by Shutahara. They want to be stuck on Kanemaru like glue. They don't want him to start getting into a rhythm. Oh, here he is, though, breaking to the basket. Wonderful bounce pass. And the deficit now just 5 points. Duncan guarded by Nagano, passes it back. They're still sitting in a 2-3 zone. The guards extending it a little bit. They don't want to give away a three. Well, Kudahara, though, does get open, and he misses. And suddenly, this team is going a little cold, but size is just such a beast on the boards. He keeps it alive. Well, here we go. Raita Akaho comes into the game for Chiba Jets, and Sato goes out. Akaho in that left corner. Shutahara finds him. Shutahara drives into the corner. Akaho. Well, don't tell Atsushi Ono he doesn't know what he's doing. The man that he inserts into the game, as he searches for another three, drills it on his first attempt immediately. Nagano. There's Gardner. He wants to find Kanemaru. Now he goes to work. And the foul called as he goes right at Josh Duncan. Duncan not enamored with the call, but you know that Gardner is essentially not taking no for an answer, and there is no question that Duncan fouled him. You saw him right on top of the arms of Devontae Gardner. Big, strong Devontae Gardner at the line, and he misses the first free throw. So that is the first miss at the free throw line today for Seahorses Mikawa. They were 9 of 9 before that attempt. you believe it? Gardner has missed both free throws. A little gambling defense by Collingsworth. Almost gets the turnover. Cajo, oh boy, he does get the turnover. Collingsworth saw the pass coming, and he goes in, and he draws the foul from Seba Sais. Watch this again. He's just everywhere, Collingsworth. Yeah, you're pretty much going to get that call the way that Sais swiped at the basketball as Collingsworth sailed in. Now, Devontae Gardner just missed a couple of free throws. They can ill afford to miss any more at the line, and they do. Unbelievable. All of a sudden, they had been perfect, and now they've missed 3 consecutive at the line. Well, he finds the offensive rebound and gets the 2 points anyway. Isn't basketball a strange game? A team can go out and make 9 in a row, and then they can miss 4 free throws in a row. Duncan gets it down low, follows up his miss, and then he's fouled. And if it's on Gardner, that's number 4.
Two shots.
So Gardner does indeed pick up his 4th foul. He's picked up 2 here in the 3rd quarter. And Duncan makes the first, and it's decision time for Suzuki. Does he keep Gardner in the game, or does he sit him down? Well, I guess he figures it's now or never. Gardner is going to have to play smart the rest of the way. Kanemaru guarded closely by Shudahara. Puts it up. And that time he was forcing it up. So the lead, 8 points. They remember Mikawa trailed by 16. They closed the gap to 5 points, and Akaho came out and hit a big three-pointer. Kanemaru has to be aggressive, but he doesn't want to force it. Shudahara passes up the 3, gets it to Duncan, and Duncan goes up, and then Schaefer mistimed his jump, and another offensive rebound and putback for Seba Sais. So Sebastian Sais goes yet again to the offensive glass and is rewarded. He has 11 points, also 10 rebounds, already a double-double for Sebastian Sais. Bounce pass, Collingsworth. And Akaho picks up the foul. Well, that's a good foul from Akaho. You just saw Collingsworth missed a couple of free throws, and now he has missed a 3rd consecutive. He made his first 2. In fact, he made his first 3. And now he takes his time and he goes 1 for 2. And again, it's back to a 9-point deficit. But they've got to do a better job. And now Nagano called for the reach. They've got to do a better job of, if you're in a 2-3 zone, you can't allow Chiba just to get in there and have those short mid-range jump shots. And also should be doing a little bit better job on the boards. Here it is. They pass it again down low. And
スタートクラック残り4分。
Here again, Tagashi, good bounce pass. That's where they're really having success. So Size goes out of the game. Tagashi, go! Boy, he just does it, folks. What can you say? He is the man for the big occasion. Always hits the big shots. Kanemaru and Collingsworth and Schaefer, not for the first time, mistimes his jump on the rebound, but great anticipation by Komagai to get the steal. Now Collingsworth. Collingsworth almost lost it there. Now he spins, gets down low. Oh, what a handoff it was, and they've got a chance for a three-point play. Giddy up, says the Seahorse Collingsworth, as he feeds it to Komagai, who is excellent at getting the steal. And here is Collingsworth at his best. Look at this. Knowing the whole time with the no-look pass, no less. And they were reeling a little bit after the Tagashi three-pointer. And Komagai makes the free throw to cut the deficit back to 9 points. So with 13 minutes remaining in the game and about 10 seconds, this Seahorses Mikawa team is right in it. Shudahara, oh, good hands by yet again by Collingsworth. He's terrific on defense, folks. Here he is, catches it midcourt, shaking and baking, gets in the paint. He's fouled by Shudahara. Boy, Collingsworth just has a magnet for the basketball on defense. Well, might have been fortunate to get the foul called there. Shudahara goes out of the game. Collingsworth, 10 points today, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and now he has 4 steals. And he is able to make the first free throw. Kawamura cheering on his teammate from the bench. So 11 points now for Collingsworth. And he is 5 of 8 at the line after that make. Now make it 6 of 9. Coach Suzuki imploring his team to keep fighting. Shannon Shorter, meanwhile, has come into the game, as well as Gavin Edwards. Tagashi pulls up, and the three doesn't go in, but Gavin Edwards crashes the boards. And they really just do not have an answer. They do not have an answer for that aggressive play on the glass. They're a great rebounding team, Chiba Jets. And wow, great shot, Kosuke Kanemaru. Soft release. You can understand why it's so important for this defense to be disruptive and to try to force turnovers, because they struggle to rebound the basketball. They don't want it to get that far. Here they are again, they drive, and look at that, another offensive rebound, and the foul called on Schaefer. Well, they're going to be, if they don't win this game and force a game 3, once again, they're going to be seeing Chiba Jets offensive rebounds in their sleep until next season, because that has been the difference in this series. They just continue to get rebound after rebound after rebound, and almost half of their rebounds have come on the offensive glass. Simon Edwards makes both free throws. So the lead goes back to 9 points. Gardner playing with 4 fouls. Here's Collingsworth, and this time his pass was intended for Kanemaru, but it was well read by Chiba Jets, but then Collingsworth comes in from behind, knocks it away. Another great defensive play by Collingsworth. I mean, he's getting to the point where he almost dominates the basketball game with his defense. And here is Sato coming out and committing the foul on Kanemaru, who just is not allowed to have any space at all. Look at that. So 3 fouls called on Sato. And with that, Kanemaru goes to the free throw line. You got to give him some respect. I mean, he knows what it's all about. He's a great player. He can put the ball in the basket, and the game plan has been to try to keep the basketball out of his hands, and also to really try to wear him out. And we saw it yesterday in the first half. He was exhausted, and he also has a tired look right now, but he's trying to grind it out, knowing that his team is facing elimination if they don't come back and win this game. 65-58 now. Sudahara back in the game. Nishimura also in the contest. Right back on the court. Here's Shannon Shorter, pump fake, steps inside. And finally, the young guy, or the small guy, Koma guy, gets in there for the rebound. How about that? Kanemaru, good! Wow, Kanemaru drills it from way downtown, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point game, folks. And the key, well, it was Koma guy going in for the offensive rebound. Sudahara, and look at the hustle. Size saves it in bounds, but this time to Schaefer. Collingsworth gets it to the point guard. Koma guy, now Kanemaru, and the foul on Seba Size. Needs to be careful. Doesn't show up the referee. Doesn't want to get a technical. And again, this is as close as they have been since early in the game. Seahorses Mikawa, if Kanemaru makes these 2 free throws, they will close the gap to just 2 points. 23.1 seconds remain in the third quarter. And Kanemaru makes the first. I would be tempted, if he makes this one, to get him out of the game, let him have a little bit of rest. Looks like he's run a marathon, and he's still got another marathon to run. Wow, beautiful stroke. Kanemaru, and that's exactly what they're going to do. I like it. I like the decision by Suzuki. You could see his player was gassed. 2-point game. Unbelievable fight back from the Seahorses Mikawa. And it has been a pure team effort here. Sitting back, Shorter, Nishimura. Now Shannon Shorter puts it up. Oh, boy. Another one right at the buzzer. Even so, as Kanemaru catches his breath. It's game on, folks. It's Chiba Jets leading at 67-63 over Seahorses Mikawa. 10 minutes remaining. Folks, this is the best of Japanese B-League action. It has been terrific stuff today. That third quarter, Seahorses Mikawa showed what they are all about. Collingsworth, utterly sensational on the defensive end. He's got 5 steals in the game to go with 6 rebounds and his 12 points. The only blip for him came at the free throw line where he missed 3 free throws in a row. But even so, he followed up 2 of his misses with an offensive rebound and putback. He has 12 points. Kanamuro is the guy that they really needed to get going offensively, and he has done just that. He has got 19 points. There he is taking a sip. And he was getting his points, cutting to the basket, hitting jump shots, hitting three-pointers, hitting free throws. Vital that he got it going. Devontae Gardner now with 13 points. Kanemaru, though, is the key. And the guy that really has to be big on the glass right now is Avi Schaefer. He does have 7 rebounds, but you know that is going to be the problem again in this fourth quarter.
Final quarter.
How's this Chiba Jets team going to respond? Well, we're going to see fourth quarter action now underway here in the Funabashi Arena. Kanemaru comes out. He's caught his breath. He's back in the game. Here's Collingsworth. Oh boy, that was a dangerous pass. Taguchi almost came up with a steal. Collingsworth, shot clock winding down. Back to Gardner, wide open for 3. Well, they could not have asked for a better shot. Size, well aware that Collingsworth was in the area, didn't make a dangerous pass. Now another 3, nope. And Gardner, well, it's difficult to explain, folks. I mean, Schaefer, he had position there, and he didn't get the rebound. It was Gavin Edwards. Inexperience, maybe a little more length for Gavin Edwards. Schaefer just simply cannot allow that to happen. Bounce pass. Pass it around. Nagano has it. Shot clock winding down. Nagano for 3. And Schaefer this time does get an offensive rebound. And Kanemaru launches it. Gambling defense from Collingsworth to get it to size. And Nagano gets it up to Schaefer, and Schaefer can't control it as Size comes up, and it has been a terrible start to this fourth quarter for Mikawa. He had him for a second there, but Avi Schaefer wasn't able to control it, and the lead back to 8 points. Remember, they closed the gap to 2, having trailed by as many as 16. Nishimura steps into it. Good! And all that hard work done by Seahorses Mikawa has been erased by this blistering start to the final quarter by Chiba Jets. That shot was taken with confidence. Look at that. Their strategy determines the victory. Well, game master. How about confident playmaker Nishimura? Well, 11 three-pointers have been made by Chiba Jets today, and just 2 threes have been made by Kanemaru and co. They had a good look from behind the arc at the end of the shot clock for Devontae Gardner, but his attempt was short, and it's been a run here in the fourth quarter that has put Chiba Jets right back in control. They don't have a stranglehold on the game. But Seahorses Mikawa need to get back to doing what they were doing well, and that was being very disruptive defensively. Kanemaru guarded and fouled by Taguchi. Shigehiro Taguchi. Oh, bounce pass down low, and Kanemaru not able to get the shot off. Nishimura reaches in from behind, knocks it out of bounds. Kanemaru looks over at the referee as if to say, hey, you missed one there. And Nishimura with a wry smile, also suggesting he might have gotten away with a foul. Kanemaru, it's a long two. And this Seahorses Mikawa team looks like it's running low on fuel right now, folks. They perhaps tired legs starting to set in. Gavin Edwards, Nishimura shakes and bakes, puts it up. And another offensive rebound, another one for, and this time Collingsworth, a sensational play defensively. Saved Mikawa. Look at this. Edwards getting position, gets the offensive rebound, then nobody gets a body on size. He comes in, and then Collingsworth just comes in and gets the big swat. So Collingsworth, that was his second block of the game. Remember, he blocked a shot from the corner. That was back in the first half. Kanemaru, back to Gardner. Collingsworth, they swing it, Devontae Gardner. And traveling called on Devontae Gardner. I think he's a little bit unlucky there. It looked like Gavin Edwards fouled him before he traveled. Kind of stuck his right leg in there. Oh, good gambling defense by Tomagai. Gardner, a couple of defensive plays, keeping the Seahorses in it. Collingsworth turns, puts it up, and scores over Shannon Shorter. Bounce pass, Taguchi gets the size. Gardner with the rebound. A rare offensive rebound, or excuse me, defensive rebound for Mikawa. Nobody crashing the boards for Chiba Jets. 6:15 remaining. Gardner fouled by Gavin Edwards. Good job, Devontae Gardner, getting the foul call, but now they've got to contend once again with Josh Duncan. Collingsworth, boy, how in the world did he get that shot off, but he doesn't make it. Shannon Shorter has it. And three-point shot, nope. And Schaefer had the basketball in his hands, didn't corral it. Another opportunity. This is what's really killed them. Their inability to get the defensive rebound. Shorter for three. And they still can't get the basketball. Look at that. Duncan has it. And he's fouled. Duncan at the right place at the right time, and again, this time the foul called on Collingsworth. That's number 3. Tagashi comes back into the game and has the look of a player that says, now you got to deal with me once again. He's got 16 points. Duncan has 16 points with that made free throw. Well, Duncan's been excellent at the line today, 7 of 7. Shooter back into the game. And the lead is 11 points, 5.5 minutes remaining. From a guy. Picks up his dribble. Now Gardner, he's got the 4 fouls. Oh, wonderful pass to Schaefer. He passes it back outside to Kanemaru. Puts up a very tough shot on the baseline. Guarded by Sudahara and misses. Remember, the winner of this quarterfinal will take on the winner of Ryukyu and Koyama, which is knotted at 1 apiece. Gavin Edwards hits the jump shot, and now the lead goes back to 13 points. This fourth quarter has not been good for the team in white. Edwards, the beautiful release. And timeout called by Seahorses Mikawa. Well, some long looks over there on the bench. You get the feeling that Seahorses Mikawa have thrown everything but the kitchen sink at this Chiba Jets team today. They were able to get it within 2 points, but that shot by Shannon Shorter right at the end of the third quarter to restore the 4-point lead really kind of reclaimed the momentum for Chiba Jets, who then started the fourth quarter very strong. And this Seahorses team is just swimming upstream, and it's not fair to place all of the blame on Schaefer in terms of boxing out and not getting those vital rebounds, but it has been a persistent problem for this Seahorses team, not able to keep Chiba Jets off the offensive glass. So with 4:45 remaining, down 13 points. Guy hits the jump shot to get back to 11 points. Look at Collingsworth saying, we got to get our hands up, folks. Come on, we got to force some turnovers, get some transition baskets. Oh, great play again by Collingsworth. Oh, he was up ahead on the break. They didn't see him. And Kanemaru misses, but there's Collingsworth again. Well, Collingsworth is brilliant, folks. He really is. Gardner. And Duncan goes down. Gardner misses the shot. The ball goes back outside to Komagai. The referee tells Duncan to stand up. Don't try to draw the charge. Komagai drives it again. Boy, he is fearless, isn't he? Look at the look from Takuya Kawamura. He thinks the comeback is on. 3:40 remaining. They got to get stops and rebounds. Oh, they left Higashi wide open. They live to tell the tale, and they got a break there because the rebounding position by Edwards was good, but the ball bounced over his head. Schaefer thought about launching it from deep. Now Gardner. Mikawa, oh, there you go. Schaefer, great hands by Shannon Shorter. Almost forcing the turnover. Well, Schaefer looking like he caught a blow to the face. Six seconds on the shot clock. Kanemaru has it. And, oh, Devontae Devante strikes from downtown. Devante Gardner, and just like that, folks, it's a 6-point game. Nothing but net. Where there's hope, there is life. And this Seahorses Mikawa team having to dig deep. Gardner playing with 4 fouls, and look at that, he's got 16 points after that three-pointer. The key now for Seahorses as they try to overhaul this deficit, they have got to be disruptive defensively as they have been, not allowing Chiba Jets to get into that flow, and they've got to get that rebound. They've got to get the defensive rebounds. And with that in mind, Sice not in the game currently. So you have to think that that works to their advantage, Seahorses Mikawa. That would be one thing I would do. I'd get him in there, but Otsushi Ono knows his team better than I do and knows the situation better. And he's like, boy, we've been on top of this team so many times today, but we have not put them away. Komagai has been terrific since re-entering the game, both on offense and defense. And who's going to make a play now? Oftentimes you see Shannon Shorter get touches in situations like this. Shorter runs the baseline to the right corner. Edwards has it. Tagashi, 9 on the shot clock. Shorter. Oh, what a bounce pass. They gave away an easy one. Wow. Duncan with the flush. And with 2:40 remaining, it's back to an 8-point lead for Chiba Jets. Can't give away a layup playing that defense. Gardner going right at, oh, wonderful pass. Wonderful finish as well by Schaefer. So again, 6 points the difference. Edwards posting up, passes it back to Duncan. They seal his, but they give away a wide open three to Tagashi. And Schaefer had the basketball. It was knocked out of his hands by Shannon Shorter, but it goes out of bounds. So now Seahorses Mikawa, and you have to wonder if Kanemaru might try to find some space to launch a three here. You know he's thinking about it. Can he get open? Here he is. He pops out. He gets it over to Komagai, who's going to launch the three. Guy! Incredible! What a shot! It's a 3-point game. 1:40 remaining. Boy, Komagai has been a different player in the second half. He has been sensational for the Seahorses. Chiba Jets trying to extinguish the threat. The bounce pass to Edwards. He misses. A chance to tie it with a three. Komagai has it. He spins, and now he's fouled by Shurahara. What a contest, folks. What great play by this man right here. And again, without size in the game, the Chiba Jets team, okay, so in fact it was ruled a 2 and not a 3, so that was a big decision. It looked like he'd hit a 3-pointer, so instead it's a 4-point game. Gardner going up against Josh Duncan, and he ends up taking a very tough shot. Great job defensively by Josh Duncan. And look at Gardner, he's upset with himself. Inside the final minute, it is imperative they get a stop and a rebound if they can't get a turnover. Shorter goes on 1 foot. Oh, it rims out. But Edwards with the offensive rebound. He misses. He gets it again. And Collingsworth saves it in bounds on the break. Schaefer drives in for the layup. It's a 2-point game, folks. Seahorses Mikawa not giving up the ghost. What resiliency by this team. Chiba Jets not able to throw the knockout punch. They're taking their shot clock down as far as they can here. If they score here, it's going to be awfully tough. Shannon Shorter, miss it. They've got a chance to tie it up or to take the lead. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Komagai has it. 3, 2, they get it to Devontae Gardner. He's got to put it up. It's a tough shot. Oh, boy, they settled. They should have gotten something going to the basket and tried to draw a foul. Instead, they settled for a fadeaway jump shot. You've got to know the situation. Chiba Jets, hold on. They win it by the skin of their teeth. 80-78 over Seahorses Mikawa. You can't blame Devontae Gardner in that situation. I blame Komagai. He needs to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket, and then it creates options, but he held on to it too late. That said, Komagai was terrific in the second half. Amazing, amazing performance, really a comeback attempt by Seahorses Mikawa. You feel like they deserved better. They stuck with it. And this one is going to sting because they will know they were right there. The Seahorses fans applaud their team for just a terrific, resilient effort. They dug in. They refused to give up. They were playing with so much heart and passion, but ultimately it came down to one final possession, and they did not get a good shot. And you have to get a better shot in that situation. And in my opinion, there's only one thing you got to do. You got to go to the basket. And as you go to the basket, you either try to draw the foul or you draw the defense to you and then you pass to the open man. So tough pill to swallow for Devontae Gardner, who overall had a solid game. Perhaps not so much on the boards, but I just can't speak highly enough about Collingsworth. I mean, he was sensational in both games. Kanemaru, I thought, really did well today as well. Suzuki says thank you very much to the warm applause, really by both players, and Collingsworth as well. Collingsworth, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 steals, and 2 blocks. So Atsushi Ono comes out. Let's listen to what he has to say.
タフでハードなゲームになりましたが、勝利となりました。今日のゲーム簡単に振り返っていただけますか。
そうですね。内容を褒められたもんじゃないかもしれませんが、勝つことが本当に大切だったので、勝ててよかったと思います。
So he was asked, it was quite a tough
非常
game.
に
What are your
オフェンス
thoughts?
力の高い選手が揃っている三河相手にハードなディフェンスもされてたと思いますが、最後のワンプレー、どういう心境でご覧になってたでしょうか。
Atsushi Ono says it wasn't our best game, and I feel we're lucky to come out on top.
最後のシュート外れた時は少し大野さんも安堵の表情が見えたかと思うですが、いかがでしょう。
そうですね。先ほど言いましたが、本当勝つことが重要だったので、本当勝ててよかったなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。次はセミファイナルとなります。まだ相手は決まってないんですが、ホームアウェーどちらになるか分かりませんが、次に向けてメッセージをお願いいたします。
はい、本当苦しい試合でしたが、たくさんのご来場ありがとうございました。クォーターファイナルで三河さんの分までの気持ちを背負ってセミファイナル戦っていきたいと思います。今日はありがとうございました。
それでは続いて決勝進出に残った選手に贈られるジャンボ勲章の発表です。今日のジャンボ勲章は背番号2番キャプテン富樫勇樹選手です。
Atsushi Ono says, well, in these times, it must be hard on everyone, but because of the COVID-19, but it says, thank you for coming out, and we'll be looking forward to playing at home.
もちろん綺麗な勝ち方ではなかったかもしれないですけど、これはもうチャンピオンシップでもう次に進めたことが全てだと思います。
So Yuki Togashi now being
この
interviewed.
ポストシーズンチャンピオンシップの一つ勝つことの難しさっていうのはもう富樫選手も十分
So he's asked about his
熟知してい
thoughts
ると
on
思
the
いますけど
game.
も、それでもやっぱり今日のゲーム非常にタフだったでしょうか。
はいもちろん三河さんの協力がやっぱ得点取れる選手が揃ってるので、こういうゲームっていうのは予想できたと思うんですけど。それでもしっかり
So Togashi answer as well. It wasn't the prettiest game, but I'm glad we were able to win in 2 games. And you know that's true. You didn't want to face Seahorses Mikawa if you lose today. They were playing with a lot of confidence there at the end.
そして今日は前半終了間際の4ポイントプレー非常に大きかったと思うんですが、プレー振り返っていただけますか。
たまたまです。
非常に冷静に決めてたように思うんですが。
He was also asked about
でもああいう場面っていうのは
playing defense
どんなシュート打っても監督に怒られないし、
in this game.
気持ちよく打てるかなと。
ありがとうございます。それではセミファイナルに向けてブスターの皆さんにメッセージお願いします。
They didn't shoot it well from 3-point range, but they were pretty tough
もしかしたらホーム
overall.
で開催できるかもということで、もしホームであったらぜひ会場で、それじゃなくてもしっかり。
So Togashi said it's not easy to cover this team. So I tried to make sure to communicate with my teammates and make it through each play. Once again, he's asked any messages for the fans. Don't forget Togashi hit the 3-pointer right at the end of the first half and got a 4-point play, which was an amazing play. Togashi goes, well, if we play at home, please come out, but also please be safe as well. Once again, referring to the pandemic.
勝利のジェッツ締め。原選手もクォーターファイナルお疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。今日はハーフタイムにハラミちゃんが即興でピアノを弾いてくれましたけども、原つながりで原選手聞いていかがでしたか。
ちょっと控え室にいたんでちょっとしか聞けなかったんですけど、後で YouTube 見直したいと思います。
はい、ぜひチェックしていただければと思います。さあそしててっぺんまであと勝利4つとなりました。ブースターの皆さんに一言意気込みをお願いします。
あと4勝で、B リーグ制覇できるので引き続きお願いします。
ありがとうございます。それでは原選手お願いします。
自分が合図したジェッツポーズお願いします。いきます。お手配色よージェッツ。
So Shidahara just comes out and gives a big greeting to the fans, a big thank you for coming out, and says, "Go Jets!" And they can now go back home and enjoy a well-deserved meal after that one. That was a lot of hard work against, again, a Seahorses Mikawa team that just showed tremendous fight, and I'm sure that their fans will be really pleased with the fact that they were able to come back. But you know what? There are no moral victories. This Chiba Jets team has won it in 2 games. And as dominant as they were at times, they perhaps showed a little bit of frailty there in that second game. They were able to win it. But in these tight games, they might have to have a little bit better execution. It really was. You could see Atsushi Ono wasn't sure if they were going to get out of this one alive. But they did. They won it. And the fan favorite there, Togashi, has warm words for everybody. Look at him. Just an incredible player. We'll see some of his highlights, and we'll also see some other terrific plays that we've just enjoyed in this game. And incredible game, folks. Incredible. One of the best games that we've had in the B League this season. The way they came back. Sai's got it going early. Togashi as well. Togashi, of course, had 16 points. He took 12 threes, but only made 3 of them. Nagano had some joy putting the ball on the deck and getting to the basket. He had 6 points. Sai came out and showed he's got 3-point range. And that was great work by Sato driving the baseline and getting it to Duncan. Gardner as well. You feel for him. I mean, he hung around. He played with 4 fouls for much of the second half and was able to see out the rest of the game. That was a great play by Schaefer. Great all-round play. They were good in transition. Shorter came out and hit a big three-pointer. Seems like Shannon Shorter is always making big plays. Gardner has that ability. It doesn't look like a player that's going to put it on the deck and go to the basket, but he is. And Duncan, of course, quite possibly was the player of this series. He led him in scoring again today, so I guess we have to really call him the MVP of this series. 19 points today, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. And Duncan was 2 of 3 from three-point range. This is right at the end of the first half. The most incredible play. And what I like about that play is that you see Komagai really, you simply cannot make that foul the three-point shooter from half court. But instead of letting it ruin his game, he came out and had a very big second half to give his team a chance. That being said, Tagashi started things off with another 3. But then Kanemaru showed up at the party, scored while making the 3, got the 4-point play, and then the 3-point play by Gardner. And it was game on. Collingsworth, just so good. And the open floor, Kanemaru, he got the wind in his sails, and he started pouring in the points. He finished with 19 in the game. That was a great pass by Schaefer. Akahu, right after coming into the game, stopped the run with that three-pointer. And Duncan and Size on the offensive glass were just really difficult for this Seahorses team to contend with. That was Tagashi making his 3rd three-pointer of the game. Look at this play by Collingsworth. No-look pass. And Komagai scores. That was the problem. The offensive rebounds, they couldn't contend with them. Kanemaru, that 3 kept him in it. Shorter from mid-range. Shannon Shorter finished with 7 points today. Didn't really light it up like he usually does. Nishimura came in and certainly had valuable contribution. That was his only 3. Gavin Edwards again came in, finished with 11 points and 9 rebounds, including 6 on the offensive glass. Komagai scored, and this was a huge 3 here by Gardner. Dazzling Devontae Gardner making the three-pointer. Great offensive set that time. Komagai, yeah, that was a 2, not a 3. And then that one did not go, and it looked like that was going to be it. But they got it going again, and Schaefer scored in transition, and they clawed their way back into it. But that was the shot right at the end. And again, I think that you've got to get something better. You need to get something going to the basket. Not to blame Gardner, but just as a team, they got to be looking for a shot going to the basket, because you might get a foul, you might be able to dish it. So again, these are the numbers, and the three-point shot was huge. 8 more threes made today by Chiba Jets, 11 of 34, and Chiba Jets also 13 of 16 at the line. And again, the rebounding, 21 of their 45 rebounds came on the offensive glass. That is just far too many to give away for Seahorses, who, despite that, were able to close to within 2 points. I mean, that was their defense was disruptive, and you have to give them credit, Seahorses, for the way they got after it, especially led by Collingsworth. Kyle Collingsworth had 6 of his team's 10 steals. By contrast, Chiba Jets only had 2 steals. And overall, well, how far can Chiba Jets go? Remember, they are going to be watching events closely in the other quarterfinal between Ryukyu and Toyama. The Grouses were able to level that series at 1 apiece today. So they will be playing a game 3, and who knows? Maybe it'll be Chiba against Ryukyu, or maybe it'll be Chiba against Toyama. So just a wonderful, wonderful basketball game today in the Funabashi Arena. Yesterday was a blowout win for Chiba Jets, but today it was a different story. They threatened to blow them out. They went up by 16 points, but Seahorses Mikawa just showed tremendous fight and resilience, and they never, ever gave up the ghost. They always kept fighting and battling away. So once again, Josh Duncan with 19 points. Yuki Tagashi had 16. Seba Size, 13 points. Gavin Edwards, 11 points. And Shannon Shorter, 7. You see Duncan with a team high 19. Kanemaru also had 19 for the Seahorses. 10 rebounds in the end for Schaefer. 13 for Size. And he wasn't the only one crashing the boards as well. A lot of other double-digit rebounders, or big-time rebounders. 5 assists for Collingsworth, 4 for Duncan. Also, Collingsworth, remember, had the 6 steals. He was everywhere. His hands were up. And again, here is the situation. So Chiba Jets, they win their quarterfinal, and they advance to the semifinals. And they await the winner of Ryukyu and Toyama. That series is knotted at 1 apiece. So again, another look at the B2 playoff. Obviously a very interesting one to watch as well. Of course, Kawasaki have also eliminated Osaka, and Utsunomiya have beaten the Sun Rockers Shibuya in 2 games as well. So that is that is the current state of affairs here in the Japanese B-League. And once again, today's final, 80-78, Chiba Jets win it over Seahorses Mikawa. So more action coming your way, folks. Be sure to catch all of the action as we bring it to you. Thanks for watching again. Chiba Jets win it 80-78 over Seahorses Mikawa to advance to the semifinals of the B-League Championship.